Overall today?
We had an early morning. Guys, I thought the guys bounced back pretty well. A couple more turnovers today defensively. But I felt the offense kind of started getting the rhythm back as well. So a good day for both sides. Our special team did really, really well until the end of practice where we missed, I want to say 3 out of the 4 field goals that we had. But other than that, overall, good day, happy with it. Get back to our film and then hopefully get a chance to evaluate it and get them corrected for tomorrow.
Coach, last night we was joking about how y'all had a quick turnaround. You said, man, I'm thinking about sleeping in my office.
Yeah.
First of all, did you go through with that plan, and did you guys come out here? How did they come out? Did they have that same energy they had?
Well, we had pretty good energy. I didn't spend the night at the office. I left at midnight, but it felt like I only slept for about 3.5. But overall, guys did well. You worry about having practice yesterday and then coming back this morning, but guys did really, really well. At the end, we had some conditioning, no arguing, no complaining. They just went to work and did what they needed to do.
Coach, you're about 2 weeks out from the first game. Has the routine switched totally toward Norfolk State yet?
Not yet. We're still worried about FAMU. We just got done with summer school, right? Obviously having that day off because of the weather. But other than that, we're really, really worried about FAMU, taking care of our fundamentals. We're still installing things offensively, defensively, and special teams wise. So, and in my opinion, we got to take care of ourselves before we can worry about anybody else.
Coach, can you talk about your quarterbacks a little bit? You say those guys make some good throws. They got to go up against one of the best defenses every day.
Yeah.
Talk about what you like from those guys.
Well, you had one guy kind of pulling away a little bit, and then you saw the other guy step right back up. So now we're kind of back even as far as who we're going to try to determine who our starting quarterback's going to be. So both guys are going through adversity. Both guys are rising to the occasion. But as you said, they're going against a very, very good defense, and we challenge them every single day. So tomorrow won't be new, right? So it won't be anything different. We'll go at them again, and hopefully they continue to get better, continue to improve, and continue to learn the offense the way Coach Henry and Coach Burris want them to do it.
Coach, you've had several practices with several of the new players that you brought in. Who's standing out for you from those players that you brought in to try to help the team?
Well, individually, I hate to call out individual guys, but I think right now offensively, Carter Johnson's a no-nonsense guy. He's doing everything asked of him. I don't think he said more than 5 words since he's been here. Then you got Davion Westmoreland, who's going to hopefully be our starting defensive end. Got the size, he's got the talent. Obviously he played at Kansas, and he's a really, really good player for us as well. But just those guys stand out. But we have other guys that are doing a really, really good job. But those are the 2 offensively and defensively that I would say.
Coach, talk about the offense and how they progressed with practices yesterday and today.
That's a really good question. So we started yesterday evening. We flipped it around and had a quick turnaround this morning. I thought they did a good job of rising to the occasion. Competition level is always high around here. That's one of the things that is consistent in this program, is that guys are going to come out and compete on a daily basis. And so I'm proud of the way that they attacked practice today. As always, there's a lot of things that we need to clean up execution-wise, but as long as they're putting the effort and the energy in there, we'll be able to coach and clean up the rest of the things. But it was a productive day today with a quick turnaround.
Coach, I just talked to Coach Colzie, and he was saying, our quarterback situation is looking well. He said at one point, like, one guy was pulling away, and now it's back even. How does that add like a level of comfort to your offense, knowing that regardless of what direction y'all go with quarterback, y'all know y'all got someone that's going to perform?
Absolutely. Got complete confidence in those guys behind the center. They're doing a great job. We talked about the competition level, and they know what time it is, and that is each one of them every day works hard to put his best foot forward, to command the offense, to gain the respect and the trust of his teammates and coaches. And so I'm proud of the way that these guys are attacking this quarterback competition. We believe that competition brings out the best in all of us, and eventually the cream will rise to the crop. But I'm really proud of the way that these guys are handling themselves.
Coach, speaking of your reserves, we know that probably starters going to be a lot of veterans, but speaking of the reserves, have they picked up the process yet where they can be able to step in, in the event, something they're needed?
Absolutely. And so we look at this thing and we talk about if you got to eat an elephant, you got to go a bite at a time. And so you can't eat the whole thing in one day or in one sitting. And so we've tried to give them bite-sized installs so that they can metaphorically digest it, that they can internalize it, that they can learn from it. So we want to limit the number of plays early on that we're calling and that we're installing, so that they don't feel like they get buried early. They've done a great job of studying. You see veterans pulling the other guys to the side, the younger guys to the side, and really teaching them, with confidence and understanding that, I've earned a role here, and it's my responsibility as part of leaving my legacy is to make sure that we do a good job of training the younger guys and teaching them exactly what to do, whether it's learning the signals, whether it's talking about alignments, route depths, blocking assignments. You've seen a lot of leadership show up from the older guys in the way that they've tried to take some of these new guys under their wing and really set a standard and establish a way that we work, and to be able to uphold that with those young guys. It means a lot coming from a peer, from a guy that you look up to on the offense versus, your coach is going to talk to you about that all the time. So shout out to the older guys for really doing a great job of bringing the younger ones along when we get done with meetings.
Just talk about today's practice and how you felt, how you felt you had your practice today.
I felt today's practice, we got better for sure. Just, still a little MAs here and there, but as a whole, we got better. Protection, we got a lot of better. Guys in the right spots, and guys made plays today.
I was Coach Colzie, he's been saying that y'all been doing well. He said, and Coach Burris also said, some days guys do well and some days y'all use them as learning opportunities. You're a new guy here, you're still getting used to the system and all that, but how do you feel like you're adjusting with the team and your teammates?
I'm adjusting good. I feel like, especially in that locker room, that's where you get the bond, get to know your guys, and it translates on the field. You gotta study. That's the biggest thing, especially the new guys coming in, and me being new, but I've been here since January, just studying. And at the end of the day, when you study, it translates to the field, and at the end of the day, you gotta be a playmaker.
And when practice first started a few weeks ago, they were saying we're trying to build a culture of competition. Of course, you're in an active competition. How are you and Junior really pushing each other on?
We push each other every day. Some days we good, some days we bad. At the end of the day, it's still competition, and we'll see what happens.
We're about 2 weeks away from the first game. What are you concentrating on now, between now and that first game? What is your focus on?
Just getting better. At the end of the day, we'll focus on Norfolk when that week comes, but at the end of the day, just taking one day by a day and get better. That's it.
You got any favorite targets out here on wide receiver, tight end?
I like them all. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody can make plays, to be honest. So we got playmakers everywhere.
So just how do you feel fitting into FAMU now that you've had a couple of weeks in the fall? I know you were here in the spring, but fall leading up to the season is a little different. How are you feeling the vibe of the team preparing to make another championship run?
It's kind of like a shift, because I would say, like, in the spring it was a little dull, guys still coming in, but now now it's go time, and you can see a definitely shift. Guys, guys last year, they're preaching about it was last year. This is a new year, so we got to handle up what we got this year.
All right, Junior, just talk about practice. You had back-to-back practices, and now it's time for the offense to actually kind of gel as we get closer to the season. How's that coming along?
It's been coming along good. It was a good turnaround from last night's practice to coming back early this morning, being able to get right back after it. But it's been good. I think we're clicking. Every day it's like less and less MAs and stuff like that. So I think we're coming along well.
Coach, Junior, just coming out here, training camp, you're one of those guys that's been here since 2021. Probably maybe one of the guys that's been here the longest. Tell me about just kind of bringing this team along with you and teaching the new guys, teaching the guys that came in after you, this year at this specific training camp.
Right. I think it's on all the veterans to kind of just set the standard, bring along the culture, make sure everybody's on track, and we're doing everything that we should be doing.
And then y'all kind of halfway through training camp now. It's kind of like the dog days of training camp now. It's like when people start getting tired, just ready for game day. How are you keeping those guys afloat and telling them, hey, y'all, we still got some time until August 24th?
Treatment. You got to stay in the training room. You got to keep getting in the ice bath. Just keep locking in, focus. There's stuff we can get better at every day. So as long as we're just keeping the main thing, we just need to keep progressing.
Junior, near the end of practice, you hit a nice long pass. Are you starting to feel out your receivers now of who does what and where they are and who you can depend on?
Yeah, so that's just a credit to all the work we put in from January, really back to December till now. All the routes on air, throwing the ball with each other, just getting the feel and timing and chemistry, that all attributes to that.
Junior, yesterday I talked to Coach Burris, and he said this week is the week. This week is the week to show what you got, basically. And I know y'all are pushing each other in that quarterback room. Talk about that. Talk about how that healthy competition that y'all have.
Right. You want that in every single room, and at any college, FBS, FCS, any level of college football, you always want competition. That's what football's about. I think that's what makes the game so fun, to be able to come out here and compete with your brothers every day. Yeah, really.
Do you feel? how is this camp right here different? I mean, you come in, you're one of the guys that could possibly be started. You know, I know it's different from last year. Now people are kind of looking at you to be one of the guys.
I don't know. I don't think the preparation changes. I think you just kind of maybe your role. Everybody needs to just find the role on the team and just excel at whatever each individual's role is on the team. So I think as long as you just embrace that, then everybody should be good. Everybody does their role.